Live, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, we back from this game. Look at Montel over there. He still look like he at the game. He's
Oh
still wide
man,
eyed and bushy tails. Is that what they call it?
hey,
No.
hey, that's what they call it, but I don't know if I'm that. We good though, man. We definitely good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and just a side note, I
Uh,
told you we should avoided them parties that we avoided
See,
because you
why
saw
you gonna
old boy
start like
get
that?
shot.
Okay.
Old boy got shot at the
See,
party.
all right. You gonna just put the cart in front of the horse, and you gonna start like that? Oh my
Hey,
God,
I'm just speaking truths, right? But
bruh.
didn't I say that? Remember, I told you, listen, nah, we ain't going to none of that.
You
And,
we've said some
what
things
happened?
behind the scenes before. Yeah, we're not gonna say that online, but yeah, we Montel and I have said some things specifically. All right, I tell you
Hmm.
what, you went there. Let's go there first, and then we'll
Okay.
talk about our experience in the Bay at the game and at the parties and all that stuff. What's going on? I see folks chiming in. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. My dad is in the building. I see. So Montel, I'm gonna give you some of our business. What's happening? We getting ready to go out of town again this weekend
Hmm.
to probably one of my favorite spots on this planet. And we getting ready to go. My wife and her parents are leaving Friday. I'm driving my mom and my dad on Saturday.
Okay.
It's only Wednesday right now, but he ready to go right now.
Hey.
But listen, I think he packed, got his shoes, got his jacket. He ready to go right now. I'm with you, Pop. I'm with you. I tell you what, if it wasn't for this day job, I'd be
Hmm.
right there with you too. But
Yeah.
yeah, so good to see you in the building, sir. Uh, man, Keon White, 49ers. So you opened up the can of worms there. Keon
Yeah.
White from the 49ers out there partying, doing the thing. Nothing wrong with having a
Hmm.
party. Nothing wrong with having, but then you got the rappers that want to come. You're hanging out. You got
Uh,
all the rappers. Little baby rolled up with his squad. They weren't on the list. Next thing you know, altercation. Someone. I got questions about this. Why did Keon White even go and deal with the altercation? If it's his party, he should be in the cut somewhere and having security do it, right? But at the end of the day, here's what happened. Keon got shot in the ankle by
mhm.
someone in Lil Baby's crew, and already had surgery, so he should be fine for the season. It's such a long time away. He can heal up. But there it is, right? These types of things, high profile people, high profile locations. Um, and next thing you know, you got gunfire happening. This don't
Yeah,
make
I
sense,
think
brother.
it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I mean, little baby, because you wasn't on the party list, you should have just went to the next party. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. But I mean, me and you were talking about it while we were there, like which kind of parties we wanted to attend
Yeah,
and which ones we didn't want to attend. And I was like, and I was me and you were talking about. I was like, man, something gonna pop off. It's just that's just the way it
it's just
is
the
when it's those
nature.
kind of
It's the
parties.
nature
It's
of
the
it.
nature
Yeah,
of those parties. A lot of alcohol, a lot of macho. Egos are going on. Everybody feel like they want to top each other, be the man, a status type of thing. And then this situation occurred. I didn't want it to occur, but we were just
no,
talking about it while we're sitting down while we're
we
having
knew it was
lunch.
going to happen though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, this is not something that we assumed or speculated. We knew it was going to jump off.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate, man. At what point were we gonna figure out to get along? Because this don't happen at the Garth Brooks party. This
Come
don't
on.
happen at the other parties. Why does it happen at these type of parties? Why does it have to? Everybody got to throw around that machoism and being in their egos, and then we end up with somebody shot. Right? It don't look good for either one of them.
It
Don't
don't.
look good for him as an athlete. Have to now deal with this and deal with this rehab, and it
In
doesn't look
his
good for
city
little
too.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that doesn't look good for little baby in his camp. Whoever did it, right, wrong, or indifferent, that they did that doesn't look good for him, and it doesn't look good for the culture at all as a whole. You know, we stayed away from those parties because we know what happens in those cultures in those
Yes.
situations as a
Yes.
whole. Now this doesn't look good for it. It's sad, man. And I mean, I hope if I was the one shot, I'm not forgiving. I'm probably going to press charges against somebody who shot
Yeah.
me because I can't handle it the other way. I just hope it doesn't affect little baby's career and everything that's going on right now. He had a lot of stuff going. He had a lot of good things going on. But this happened. But overall, outside of this, man,
Well, hold
it
on
was
before
great.
you
Yeah,
go
yeah,
further
yeah.
because I want to keep I want to go down this rabbit hole just a little bit on this.
Okay.
Um, one little baby was there. He had performed at another party, so he should be cool.
Mhm.
right? And instead
Yeah.
of trying to go and muscle your way into another spot, and then as we were heading to the city, I was talking to you, right? We were in the car, or someone texted, and I said, Marshawn got party.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
40 E40 got parties.
Yeah.
Um, Too Short got so everyone had parties.
We was contemplating on where we was going, like, do we
Right?
wanna
Yeah,
go?
we were
Yeah,
saying, do we
yeah, yeah.
do we want to go to San Jose Live and hang out
Yeah.
with there because it's gonna be popping there because the culture is out there, and then if you go to Oakland, Oakland gonna be Oakland.
Mhm.
San Francisco. I want to circle back and talk a little bit about our opinion of San Francisco when we were sitting there eating lunch too as well. But
Yeah.
it's just again, man, you just where we ended up going is a spot that we always go
Mhm.
and it's comfortable.
Yes.
Is high caliber folks. You can't get in if you don't belong there. Right? It's
Grown up. It's
only
grown up, man. It's grown up.
there you
It was
go.
grown up. It was grown up.
It's high end media, it's high end networking, it's high end sports, it's the folks that need to be the folks that you need to be around if you're trying to do
Yes.
business, if you're trying to network. And again, it's you choose where you spend your time. And if you're gonna be some spot where they're gonna be shooting and doing
I mean,
where the propensity or where the possibility of something like that popping off is higher.
yeah. I just think that
So we'll put it that way.
it's the crowd, right? It's the crowd that we want to be around. We want to be able to relax and socialize while others wanted to be, I get the dancing. I'm a big dancer. Me and you both big dancers back in our day, dancing
Hmm.
and having that type of energy. Going to an Ice Cube concert, going to a Snoop Dogg concert, going to an
Yeah.
E40, going to it just attracts a certain crowd, right? And unfortunately, in that crowd, again, all that stuff combined, alcohol, ego, can't get in, everybody want to be, things happen. Now, to be honest with you, it was a lot less altercations in a lot of these parties than we anticipated. I thought it was going to be a lot more. So people was
Yeah.
on some good behavior.
Yeah.
This was just the one incident that happened, and obviously, the news was going to sensationalize it, whatever it did. But somebody did get shot, right? A player. It wasn't a pedestrian or somebody, some dudes in the crowd that you don't know, or some unwanted people that came. You got a professional football player got shot by a professional rapper or a professional rapper's entourage. I mean, come on, man. Like we can't.
I'm laughing at Jonathan right here. He says, "Hey man, come
eh,
on! I know the contract didn't say I was gonna get shot by the,
Yeah, yeah. It
but
just don't make
it was
well,
Lil Baby though.
it's a little baby. Yeah,
We gotta get the
don't do
babies right, man. We got.
the. So it's just unfortunate, man. But it's just another sad case of what we have, man. We gotta somehow continue to clean that up in our culture. We
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
you know.
It was that's unfortunate that happened. It's interesting as well because those who watched us for the last couple of weeks have known that Montel and I know I was nervous about again just in case something pop off. Do we got contingency? Do we got bail money? Do we need to know
Mhm.
where to go? Wasn't a lot of those 3 letter words around there.
No, it wasn't a lot at all. I really didn't see
So
any. At
yeah,
least where we
right.
was at, there wasn't any. So
Who we did
I,
see now, we did see a gang of bomb dogs. Did see a gang of
yes,
drug dogs. So
yep.
they were there checking all the suitcases and all the luggage coming into all the high end spots, all the hotels and things like that. SFPD was in the building, so they were guarding all. But yeah, didn't see
No,
ICE nowhere.
no, ICE was nowhere. SFPD was out and about, large.
Hmm.
They were controlling traffic everywhere from controlling traffic to, like you said, sniffing dogs, make sure everything was okay. So that facility, and we stayed most of our time in San Francisco. We didn't really go out to the other
Yeah,
places, San Jose or Oakland.
on
But
purpose.
yeah, it was really contained, man. I thought they did. I mean, most of all in their parts, SFPD did a really, really good job, man. We didn't see really nothing as far as altercation wise. Maybe a few verbal arguments
Yeah.
and some eye stares, but that's pretty much it. And then we ran into one character, just
Okay,
a
we can
superstar.
talk
Just
about them.
I don't want to talk about that, dude. I don't even want to give him no
We're not gonna
shine.
put them out there like
I don't
that.
even, yeah, I don't even want to give him no shine, man. It's
Well,
just unfortunate.
okay. Since we opened the worms, the can though, I'll just say this. I'm not going to mention the name. A high value person, someone who I kept calling a leader in our community, in our culture, just didn't act right. right? Just
You
didn't
you
act right
you
when we ran up on him.
you
So
using
we,
very good words. He was
hey, I'm a
rude, man.
political man, right now.
He was rude, and let's set up the scene so people understand.
Go
So
ahead on with you,
we're
brother.
sitting in the hotel, me, James, and two other African American woman who's a director and another African American male. We're sitting there having a conversation. This person who's supposed to be a pretty good big figure in our community, and I'm talking about the black community as a whole, not just local. He's a worldwide known person.
Mm,
Um, Came and sat down next to us. We acknowledged him. Oh, hey, how you doing? We understand you're in a hurry. We ain't trying to have no conversations. We're not trying to bother you. We're just saying hello
yeah,
because we throw our money and we support the things that you do.
for a long time.
This dude not only ignored us, just walked away from us like we was a piece of somebody just bothering him. And the room, you got to understand, the room is it's predominantly Caucasian. We're in a
Hmm.
large room in a large area where it's predominantly Caucasian walking through. He obviously wanted to sit down somewhere where he was comfortable, which was amongst us.
He
And I
came
have
and
to
sat
admit,
with us.
yes, he sat with us. And right to the right of us, there was an Asian lady. I think she was a reporter, part of the
Yeah.
media. He sat right next to us. And I mean, he like looked us up and down like we was pieces of crap. Got on his phone and just walked away from us like we was nothing. Very disappointing. Like
Disappointing.
I don't think you need to have a conversation. I don't even think you need to be. But you could have been like, "Peace, man. You guys have a good time. Be safe out here." That
Yeah.
takes no effort. That
It,
takes
it,
no
it, it
effort. Or
takes nothing
hey,
just to get a head nod and say what's
yeah,
up.
yeah, just get
We
ahead.
not
Now,
and
how
we
you
not
doing?
being right picky or nothing, and we not being whatever the word is. But I'll just say this: oh boy, didn't do the right thing. Okay, um,
Yeah, there you
let's
go. That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one.
let's move. All right, so we I want to talk a little bit, keep talking about the weekend. I don't want to give out all of our secrets and all, meaning I don't want to give all our network and all of our connections out, but I will put this out because this man needs his flowers and his due. Uh, shouts out to
Oh man, this the
shouts out
dude.
to Lee Steinberg.
Yeah.
Listen, this man, if you don't know, you need to know. Lee Steinberg, Jordan's first agent from a sports perspective. He's a sports agent for a ton of athletes. The man puts together events every Super Bowl weekend, regardless of where it is, and this is where we spend our time.
Hmm.
This was the goal. We got to
Yeah.
see this cat right here too, Ray Lewis. He was busy hemmed up, so we didn't get any pictures or conversations. But I mean, it's that caliber of folks that come into the room, and you met some folks that you knew from all kind of different aspects, like TV shows and things like
Hmm.
that. I met a lot of the athletes and all that we look at and that we admire as well. I mean, just talk about the experience walking in again to a Lee Steinberg Super Bowl party, bro.
I think it's a very mature vibe, and that's the best way I
Hmm.
can probably put it. With a good time, and you get to
Yeah,
see people that you know and you
Juju.
acknowledge.
Hey, they
And,
be that's the
yeah,
we
yeah.
I may have taken that picture right there. This was
Yeah. So I mean, Lee just throws on probably one of the best, to me, the best events, relaxing events, and I'll say a true networking event. If you ever been to like a high tech networking event,
mm,
this emulates that, and probably better, 10 times fold, because there's a lot of people there that are aspirating to get either their name out, talk about different things. I mean, he had a whole conference on CTE, what's
yeah,
going on with that, speaking about that. They had the doctors upstairs, and then on the second floor that we were thing, they had all the where you can sample like some of the invented, some of the massage therapy, memory
right,
treatment,
yep.
all those types of things were there. I got mistaken for somebody. I don't know who it was.
Well,
Maybe
you
3 or 4 times
always do.
walking
You
through it,
always do.
but it was funny. We were talking, and one guy was telling me about the cognitive memory or what's affects us of football about it, and real interesting conversations. I think it was more than just having a party. You learn a lot. You meet a lot of good people there.
Hmm.
A lot of people are networking to broaden their brand, like we were as well. Um, it's a good venue and vibe, and I would encourage anybody that goes to a all-star event, please try to get yourself in and go into his events, because it's not just a party. It's not they DJing and dancing. They were doing that a little bit downstairs, DJ dancing and drinking, but it's got levels to it. It really does. It really has levels to it. Entertainment, learning ability, and networking,
Yeah,
all in one building.
all in one building. And here it is. It was at the Storic in downtown San Francisco off of Ninth Street, Ninth Avenue, Ninth Street. Yeah, what was it, 4 floors or something? Just
Yeah,
something
yeah.
jumping off all over the place. We met a lot of companies that we're going to look to partner with, look to do some
Mm.
brand deals with. Uh, I had never had a
Man.
non-alcoholic old fashioned, but I think I had 4, 5 of them.
Yeah. That was cool. That was cool. And you
At
know what was
least
there that we didn't acknowledge? I mean, there was a couple people there. We didn't get a chance. We saw Warren Moon, but we didn't get to partner with him. But did you know that the owner of the Supersonics, of the Seahawks was there?
I did not know that.
He was
No,
there. I saw him there, but I didn't know who he was until I saw a picture of him today. I was like, oh, smack.
but so you're not talking because Paul Allen, his
No, not
wife
Paul
is
Allen. It's
was
another
good.
guy. It's another
Okay.
cat that's there. Either he's the owner or the president, but he was there at the party. I
Man.
was laughing when I saw a picture of him. I was like, "Oh, smack, he was there. He was walking around."
Well, see,
Um,
there we
so
go. And he probably
it,
recognized you. That's what it was.
nah, he ain't right now. It was cool, man. I think there was a lot of good people. I mean, we saw Robert Griffin there, ex NFL player. Um, the guy that plays in Power, the TV
Yeah.
show. We met the people that played in Love Island. I think her name was Huda. She was there.
Yeah, you getting pictures
A
and
lot,
everything. Yeah,
a
you
lot.
know,
It was a lot of people.
everybody want
It
to
was a
take
lot of
pictures with
people.
Montel later. So he just
I,
glossing over 'em. I'm just there walking around, getting my little snacks, get my little drinks on, and saying hello to people once. But everybody, oh, who is that?
oh man,
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah. The
okay.
quite a few pictures included me in their pictures. I'll give you that one. But it was cool, man. I thought it was a really nice vibe, man. I thought it was a way to set and end the Super Bowl celebration, at least for us,
Yeah.
and now get back to work. Good people. I could just. I didn't meet one bad person. I met a lot of good people.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's circle it back to the one thing that how we always start our Super Bowl ventures with each year: the Athletes in Action Player
Yeah.
Breakfast, the Bart Starr Award uh, winner this year. It was
Hmm.
CMC Christian McCaffrey. Why do I always meet like these folks when I'm in the bathroom? I, I rolled up on CMC when he was going in the bathroom, and then we dapped it up. And we said what's going on, and then he was out there doing his thing. But okay,
Hmm.
I'll leave that alone. But that was pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was I don't say it was touching. It was welcoming to see him tell his story of how he lives his life, or not even the new father now, how he focused on his work ethic, what he
Hmm.
does in the community and things like that. Now, we knew he does some good things, and we know a lot of these athletes do a lot of good things. But when you're in the room with these cats, and you not just when they're receiving awards, but when you hear them actually tell their stories, it's pretty cool to kind of like, okay, they just like us, they just got a little more resource. But
Hmm.
CMC Christian McCaffrey was a cool dude. He was a cool dude.
Yeah, I think he's a good dude, man. I think how humble he was really
Yeah.
really enlightening. He's very humble. I mean, it's almost like he didn't like the spotlight at all
Hmm.
on him when he came out there. But he just told the story, told how things were, told how he's gotten to the point where he's at, and he was honored to be honored in this fashion, in this
Hmm.
fashion, and then this one thing, real good dude, and the people that were there presenting for him, really good. I thought Brett Jones, Hall of Fame tight end from the
Yes.
49ers,
Yeah.
very good guy. He was able to talk to him a little bit even afterwards.
Steve
Really good
Largent was in
dude.
the room.
Yeah, Steve Largent was in the room. Legends. The people that don't know, I think younger heads don't know, but guys like that were all in the room talking, having conversations. And that's the crazy part, man. They were all open to have conversations. You sit down to say hi, they say hi back. You extend your hand to shake their hand, they shake your hand. Very respectful. They really did appreciate their fans. It was just that one cat, man.
Yeah,
That one
just
cat
that,
that
just
just
that, just
didn't.
that one,
Had me in the school
man,
days. He just had me
man.
in the school
You
days.
know what
I
I'm saying?
couldn't I
Had you,
couldn't believe
man.
it. Couldn't believe it.
Well, if y'all can't read between these lines, I'm sorry for you. Rewind it back and watch the replay.
Yeah, yeah.
What else from that? So that event, Real Money was at that event. So we
Real
see
money.
these are the
Yeah.
things that people don't see, right? They see the game and they see all the little ESPN stuff of it, but so you go to these special events and they had the auction, the silent auction.
Yeah. Well, even your boy was there, from that company, the ex CEO of
Oh yeah, oh my God, CEO of
you know,
Intel.
I can't think of his name. I forgot, but very. but to your notion, very
Pat Gelsinger.
powerful
Pat
people.
Gelsinger.
Yeah,
Man,
very
I've
powerful
spoken
people
to the
were in the
man a
room.
number of times, but Pat
Yeah,
Gelsinger was there on stage.
it was a
Condoleezza
very
Rice
powerful
was
people.
there.
Yeah, Condoleezza Rice was there. Very powerful people were there discussing not only football, the elements around football, and kind of their stories, how they are involved in football.
Yeah.
Um, your guy was talking about the technology side, how it's growing, things that are
Yes.
getting
Yeah.
that are getting there, and also how more players are investing in some of these big firms to kind of make sure they take off and they take off the right way. Condoleezza Rice told her story how she was able to become a owner, one of the few black
That
owners
is
that
so
are in the
cool.
NFL.
That is
She's
so
a
cool.
minority owner for Denver Broncos. Very, very cool. Her story, how she came becoming, in the president's cabinet at the time, how she was an advisor. Very honored, very, very person with class that
Mhm.
was in that situation. And meeting all these important people, man. We met a lot of important people, a lot of good people that were there, and a lot of people, like you said, with money that were at
Mm.
those tables that you would never know who they were or never know what they about. But they have a really big piece in our economy, in our country, and the businesses they own, and we were able to sit down and network with 'em, man. It was a great thing.
Listen,
Again.
me and Montel wearing our button-down shirts and our pointy, shiny shoes, and some of these
Yeah.
folks that were bidding on these 5, 10, 20, $30,000 auction items, they walk around
Hmm.
in Levi's and a t-shirt. And I said, look at Lord have
Yes.
mercy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not mad at you.
They,
I,
they
I
was
took
they were dressing real. You wouldn't know it was new. It was good money. It was, you just think they just some normal old people, but they were putting them bids down for a lot of different good things. Out of my price range, I couldn't afford it at
yeah,
this time, but it was cool to see how those things all kind of went off
of it,
and jumped off.
of it. Um, yeah, so I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that because folks don't see kind of some of those things that happen behind the scenes. They just see the game. Like I said, they just see what Fox and the ESPN show just kind of as the highlights and the player testimonials and all those. I watched those too, the tear jerkers and all
Hmm.
that about coming from nothing and now to something. But I think it matters for us to tell some of those behind the scenes stories since we got that access and we appreciate the community for letting us go out there and get into it. We're gonna be down in LA next year.
Next year, yeah.
We're gonna be at SoFi next year.
Hmm. Got invited to be in LA this weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
At the NBA All Star, but we got
Man,
the pass.
see,
Yeah, yeah.
look at God, boy. Look at God. We got invited to the NBA All Star game too.
Mm.
We were sitting there eating or someone said, "Oh yeah, you want to go to the NBA All Star?" Montel, listen, I wasn't going out of town this weekend. We would be right there. We would be right
Yeah.
there. Um, San Francisco.
Hmm.
I want to get into the social piece of it. San Francisco didn't look like a major event was happening. We said this while we were sitting there
Hmm.
having lunch, and it was a trip. So we saw a lot of stars, right? We saw a lot of personality as well. I saw old dude with his girl, news anchor, the news guy that cheated on
Oh
his
yeah,
wife.
yeah,
He
yeah,
got
yeah,
his new
yeah,
girl. I
yeah,
said, "What's
yeah.
happening with your brother?"
That's
Hey,
funny.
how you
That was funny.
we're not gonna give his name out either because
Hmm.
I put him on blast. But San Francisco, I don't know. It didn't seem like a big event was happening. It just seemed like we call it just a regular old Saturday in San Francisco,
Mm, yeah,
right?
I think it was different. It was different
Hmm.
this time around. And let's be honest, we got to lay out the whole foundation. The economy right now is not in a good place, right? Um, so Frisco didn't. You got three major cities, and everybody's hosting Super Bowl events. So
Hmm.
everything is spread out. Where we was before last time in Las Vegas, everything's right there on the strip. So everything was popping. No matter where you went, it was going
Sure.
off. This one, it just felt it was really, really spread out, like real spread out. And it's almost like, hey, lower class, middle class, upper class, right? Lower class is gonna party over here, middle class gonna party here, everybody gonna play, or age. I think age would be even a better description of it.
Mm.
Younger folks is partying out there in San Jose and Oakland. The younger ones was partying in San Jose and Oakland big time. It was 19,000, estimated 19,000 people out in San Jose partying on Saturday.
We thought
So it
about it.
was,
We
yeah, it was going bananas in those places in San Jose. Oakland Oakland's big hip hop hub, Marshawn
hmm
Lynch, all them, very urban hub, rap hip hop hub, or whatever you want to call it. And I think over in San Francisco, that was the grown folks' money hub. The
Hmm.
big timers, they was hanging out over there, but it just didn't feel all inclusive, right?
Yeah.
We talk about inclusivity all the time at work and all these different things. It just didn't seem it was all inclusive. It was all mixed up, moving around, and everybody was just in their silos having a good time party. It was a good time because I've seen other people online, man. It was the best. I love the city of San Francisco. I love the Bay Area, blah blah, and I love it too. It just didn't where we was at, where we were at, which we were where the money was at. It
We were
just
in the
didn't
middle.
feel. It wasn't. You don't see Super Soul signs everywhere. You didn't see. It wasn't like that at all. Not in San Francisco. I don't know what it was like in San Jose or Oakland, but definitely in Frisco, it wasn't like that. It was more like you said, a typical Saturday night, just a little bit different kind of events and parties that were going on.
Which is
And
crazy because for folks who aren't around from around here around the Bay Area, the game was in Santa Clara. There's nothing around stadium except
yeah,
hotels. So
hmm
every blimp shot, every sky shot that they showed was not of Santa Clara. It was of San Francisco.
yeah, yep,
Which
yep.
is crazy. So you get the misnomer and start folks are thinking that's where it is. No, it's and it's not far down the road, but it takes a long time just because of traffic. Traffic in the Bay
Mm,
Area is just as bad as it is down in Southern Cal. So the 680 and the 80 is just as bad as the 5 and the 405. But
hmm
I just thought that was interesting that we hanging out, trolley cars, Market Street, stuff is closed down still, and I'm tripping that some of the locations are still closed down, and it just again
hmm
looked like a regular old Saturday in San Francisco as opposed to a big party atmosphere. And I don't know, I
And,
almost think
and
that
we, we
it
also
was a
we also
missed
have to
opportunity.
understand though. Remember, the Warrior game was going on that night too. There was a Warriors game the same exact night.
Yeah, but again, that's San Jose though. That's
No, Warriors is on the pier.
oh no, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Warriors, the new
That's
stadium
right.
is on the pier.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you had the Golden State Warrior game going on. You obviously Pier
Against
39 and all that
LA
stuff.
too. So yeah,
That's probably got a little bit more crowd, a little festive. But as we moved into downtown where we're at, pretty much the only thing that was going on where we were at was the party, right?
yes,
The building we was at,
truth.
and then we had to
Yeah.
walk
Whew.
a couple miles to go see where a mile or so to go to the other where the other building was hosting the party from the luncheon, and it kind of everything was spotty. Like I said before, when we
Yeah,
were in Vegas, everything was together.
it was
Like you
right
could,
there.
yeah, you go to this party, you can jump over to the Four Seasons. There was a party there. You can go to the MGM. Radio Row was here. Everything here. They try to do it in San Francisco and centralize it in San Francisco for the NFL events outside of it, but it just the vibe, like you said, the vibe wasn't like we thought it would be. Where it's festive, like it was
Mm.
festive in Vegas. Like you go to Vegas, everyone was there every month, which it was a great place. And I was even telling James, I said, man, they need to hold it in Vegas every year. To be honest with you, the Super Bowl should be held in Vegas every year because it's a
Yep.
place where everybody can come find. There's something to do, and everything's in that one central location for everybody to deal with. And there was no issues.
No
There was no
issues.
shooting, no fighting, no. I mean, we didn't hear none of that when we was in Vegas, and we went to several different
And we was
places.
out. We was out in
Yeah,
them
yeah,
streets.
yeah,
Listen, and we
it,
was we was we was looking for some trouble. Trying to.
yeah.
That's how long we were. I wonder how much is going to be jumping off in Inglewood and at SoFi next year, right?
It's
Because
going to be,
that's
I think,
also spread
spread
out.
out. I think it's going to be spread out, and I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to be a little difficult for them to contain where they want to place
Yeah,
different things. Obviously, you would say the high end parties, the least diverse parties, would probably be over on the other side, where towards Beverly Hills and all those areas right there.
I'm not walking
Because
next year. We getting the Uber or, but we walked them 10 or so blocks, and it was unseasonably warm in San Francisco.
and it
And I
was
had
the
on some
zombie
wool or
land,
something. Boy, I was sweating.
yeah, we had the zombie land walking around too, man. And that's another thing. I mean, people don't realize San Francisco does have a lot of homelessness.
Yes.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And I think they might have tried to clean some of it up, but it wasn't enough for them to clean what they do. It wasn't noticeable. So you had a lot of homelessness walking, especially down when we're walking Market Street and all those things, which is unfortunate when you have a world event like the Super Bowl. You know, it was crazy, man. It was cool. I had a good time though. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie.
It
I
was.
think
It was.
I had a wonderful time.
Listen. Come on.
We're just doing some critiquing, right? We're taking that survey. That's all. We're just taking a survey.
But we're not gonna mess up these invitations to
No,
none
no,
of
no,
the
not at
events that we
all.
going
No.
to. So we always gonna speak highly of the ones that we went to, and make sure that we can continue to go to those. So, but I'm looking forward to next year. This one was all right. All right, let's go and talk about the game because we watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch. I watched it, but I was like, man, I don't know what I'm watching here. This is turned into a field goal.
Well, I told you that Seattle was going to win.
You did. We made our gentleman's bet. I paid you
Mhm.
back in the non-alcoholic beverages that we were sipping on. I got you hooked on the fake gin and tonics. How about that?
Oh
Uh,
no, that beat the honey bee or that whatever that
Man,
honey buzz. That
I'm looking for
was
the
good.
picture right now. I took a picture of it. I'm gonna find it right here. We had okay, but yeah. Let's talk about the game. Man,
Oh, the game. I thought the game played out the way that I thought it would play out. Seattle's defense would dominate. Seattle's running game would dominate. I thought New England was overmatched by
mhm.
far, and it just showed, man. I mean, Drake May, I think, is going to be a very great quarterback because
He
they're
gonna
going to
be
put
all
the
right.
hype machine behind him. They're going to put
Yeah,
the hype machine behind him too. So with the hype machine behind him and him playing, he's going to be perfectly fine. Darnold just played Darnold. He just managed the game. He didn't win the game. He didn't do nothing too exciting. What he was supposed to, he let the defense win the game for him. I just think that next year, with it being in LA, it's going to be a real push for the Rams to be in that Super Bowl. Any shape, way, or form. I think it's going to be
close.
the
They
Rams.
were close.
Uh, um, I think the Rams going to be there. I think Chicago going to have a little bit something to say about it. Where the
Wow.
Bears played, Seattle. Everybody says how it's going to be easy. Their favors to return, but free agency kicks in, man. People going to start poaching that talent, and they're going to go elsewhere. On the other side, on the AFC side, we always going to be what if Denver would have been healthy? What would have happened?
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be healthy next year, and it's going to be something we'll see if Denver can go ahead and get back to that prominence and want to. But the game and all, man, it was a good game. I'm not a really big fan no more of the NFL as much as I
Mhm.
used to be, just because it's all set up for fantasy. They just want to see points scored. They don't care about the defense. So it was nice to see a defense really take control
That
and win the
was
game.
nice. Yeah, that was nice.
Uh, uh,
A real dominant defense. Oh boy, that was left tackle for
Seattle. Oh no, you talking about
for,
Will? I forgot his name. Yeah, he was getting his butt kicked
yeah.
for New
He need to
England.
think. He
Yeah,
need to think about some things. He need to go back to the
yeah,
drawing board. I know you're just a rookie, but he was.
yeah. He.
They had
I
his
mean, he was
number
getting
after the
handled.
first couple of plays.
Well, but I mean, to me, if that's the case, why didn't Brable make some adjustments at that point? Like, why don't you have the running back stay in and help
So
him out and chip him
why
out?
can we see it 50
Well, I
miles
think
away, right?
yeah,
And
but when you're in it, I get it. It's hard to call it. When you're in the fire, you don't see what's burning. You're just trying to get out. I just think that he didn't. They, they were just clearly overmatched.
mm,
Period. And it took a little bit of time for Seattle to figure them out because they can only cook field goals. But once they did, they was able to put everything on. And let's be perfectly honestly, defense scored one of the touchdowns, so offense only put up
yeah,
21 points. Oh, it was 29. It was 29-14, right? Yeah, they only put up 21 points at the end of the day. So Seattle's offense wasn't booming like it was supposed to. It wasn't really doing nothing too crazy. It's just that Seattle's defense was just so dominant, man. Drake May didn't have a chance to breathe
no,
back
no,
there. But the one thing though, he took it like a champ, man. His post game speech, he blamed, he took all the accountability for it. It's my fault. I needed to play better and all those things. That part I can respect about you because man, he took some serious lumps. He stood in there during the game. Great dude, man. I think everybody wants to hear some type of competition or argument or something like, but really ain't nothing to really argue about or
that's
discuss. The game was what it
game
was. It
was the
was,
game. It
you know,
just didn't work out. They got a little momentum going.
mm.
It looked okay, but I mean, second year quarterback on the biggest stage. He'll be back. He'll be
He'll be
back
fine.
in the playoffs for sure. But
He'll,
no one's guaranteed to get back into that game. But he'll keep progressing. He'll
I
do all
think
right.
he'll make it. I think he'll make it back because I think Robert Kraft and them, they know how to build winners.
Hmm.
This is one of the Tom Brady. This is Tom Brady-ish that he was this young and was able to get to the Super Bowl, even though their schedule wasn't that hard. But I do believe he'll give that team everything they need within the budget, their budget or their
He
cap
don't have no
salary cap
budget. No, no.
to make
Hey,
it to
Robert
make it.
Kraft don't have no cap. He got
Well, you got a cap. You got
he ain't got
salary
no
cap.
cap.
They
He'll
can do to
find a
build that
way.
cap. They're
He
gonna
gonna
find a way. They're gonna find a way to do something. I predict New England. I put it this way. I think New England will make it back before I think Seattle will make it back.
Oh my goodness, you over here stirring up trouble because
No, I'm not.
I'm not sure
I'm
if you
not,
saw
man.
the. I'm not sure if you saw the parade today.
I didn't see any of the parade, but I'm
Okay,
sure it was great.
no, I'm just saying them Seahawks think
I
they
think
gonna be
they think
back.
they're set. Like I told you, I think they got the Rams in Chicago. They're gonna have to get through. It's gonna have a
Okay.
lot to say about if you make it back. And then, like I said, free agency is gonna poach. And then we don't know where the injury bugs are gonna hit. Right? We
Yeah,
never know where that's
you
gonna
never
hit.
know. You might get shot in the ankle. Oh, I
Yeah,
shouldn't have said.
shouldn't have said that.
Uh,
Oh, and the 49ers have something to say too about them getting to the Super Bowl too. NFC is gonna be tough. That's why I say Seattle's gonna have a tougher time getting back to the ship. Way harder than I think New England.
yeah.
New England pretty much only has Denver right now to worry about. Everybody else, they outclassed them. You
And
know,
San Francisco
Buffalo's not.
should be fully healthy, right? As
Yeah,
long
yeah.
as
Since it's
yeah.
going to be a lot of. It's going to be a lot for Seattle to make it back. I wish them the best, but I believe New England will have a better chance of making it back than Seattle does.
We're not gonna put any wagers down. It's way too early. We're not gonna do any of those fake polls or anything like that. JK, we hear you and we see you, brother. I see you blowing up the comments. Appreciate you for being here. We hear you. What it do? What it do? Okay, so it's a game. You know what we got to talk about?
Go ahead. What's
We
that?
got to talk about Puerto Rico. We got to talk about the
Oh,
Americas. We got to talk about.
what
We
is there
got
to talk about? Let's be
we
honest.
got
What
to talk
is there
about
to talk
Bunny.
about?
We got to talk
What
about
el- what
Bad.
what is it? What's to talk about? What is it?
So did you stay and watch the halftime, or did you then go outside, or did you go outside and cut the grass, or go to the bathroom, or
I didn't see the halftime live, but I did watch it after the game was already. I rewatched what his performance was.
Okay.
What did I think? You don't want to know what I thought about it?
Well, we can get there too.
Okay,
I
okay.
was trying to slow roll it. You know, we got Eagles fans that are chiming in with their commentary, but you know, it is. Yeah. I told Marvin who the person was. He said surprising and disappointing. I told him who
Oh yeah,
this
absolutely.
person was.
hmm
Let's talk about it. How was it for you, man? I'll get into how it was for me, but yeah, how was it for you? What
The
from what you
performance,
saw, heard?
I thought Bad Bunny did Bad Bunny.
That's all you
Is it
gotta
my
say.
preference? Is it my preference?
Yeah.
It's not my preference of music. I didn't, I only knew one or two songs that I've heard before that he was singing, so it
Mm.
wasn't that. But the stage was great. The show was great. He obviously his fans loved what he was talking about, what he was doing. It just wasn't my cup of tea. That's all, and that's okay because my cup of tea wouldn't have been country music. My cup of tea wouldn't have been K-pop. I would have did the same exact thing to them. I like hip hop and R&B. That's what I would like to see on there and those type of artists. Anybody else, it was gonna get blinders was gonna come on regardless. That's when I'll get up and go get my food, get something to drink, socialize with the people in the room,
Yeah.
and be out there. But his music is energetic and all that stuff. People was loving it. I think this is the one part that I think people don't understand. Yeah, America, America, America. I get all stuff in English, but NFL is trying to become global.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why they play games in London. That's why they're playing games in Mexico City.
Yep.
That's why they're playing games in all these other countries. He's the number one global artist in the world.
Period.
Make it make sense. I'm going to get the number one guy in the world to perform. Just because you 60,000 don't like it and you 3 million Americans that are tuning in got a problem with it, that's fine. I'm appealing to 20 billion people.
Real
So
numbers.
yeah, so what are we talking about, man? It's a performance. It's a shame that somebody like Kid Rock trying to have a concert to compete with the half show just because the dude speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, come on, man. Like, really, to me, it's not that serious. It's not that serious to be having a topic of a discussion of it. They had a show. It was fine. It was successful. It was only 8 minutes of your life if you watched it, which is very minor, and that was it. So we're gonna critique and give all this attention to somebody for 8 minutes. Like, really? It ain't even that serious, man. It's not even that serious.
Or is it? Or right? So
It's not.
I'm picking at the scabs here, just picking at wounds here, or whatever. Not that sounded bad. Just to have the dialogue. Eric, I see you in there. We're gonna get back to your Clint
Raider
Kubiak.
comment.
Yeah, Clint Kubiak. First of all, let me just say this. But when the confetti was flying, Clint Kubiak was getting interviewed. He said, "Hey, what you doing next week?" I said, "Shoot, I'm going to Vegas."
Yeah, he out, baby. He checked
Like,
out soon. Hey, he checked out second half. He was like, I'm trying to see who I'm gonna bring over from this team over there and get ready to get down with it. So
Clint
yeah, Clint
Kubiak
was already
says,
done.
"Listen, we won. I know what I'm doing. What you going? Y'all go ahead and go to Disneyland. I'm going to
Yeah,
Las Vegas. Okay,
yeah, I'm
but
going to get my free agent. I'm trying to see my roster. So yeah, Clint was
my
gone.
God, that was I thought that was
That was
funny.
hilarious.
That was
That was
hilarious.
hilarious.
I think it was dope. I really do. I think it was dope. I think the fact that there was more symbolism in the performance than anything, that it showed
Hmm.
all aspects of what Puerto Rico has been going through and that whole region has been going through, and he did it pretty tastefully. I don't know much of his music. I don't. My kids do,
Yeah.
but you're right. Number one selling artist on the planet. iTunes, Apple Music, all that stuff. He's just all the streams and
Yeah.
all that, so it makes sense. I get all of the NFL press correspondence, and I send some things to Montel, and it's right. We going to Mexico, we going to London, we going to
Yeah.
Brazil, we going
Yeah.
so it's becoming an international game, trying to catch up to soccer. It just
Yes.
makes sense to have this dude who is one of the biggest performers on the planet. And please do your geography, history, and understand that Puerto Rico is part of America. And in his conversation, in his statement while he was doing his performance, he went down the all of Americas, not just the United States of
Yeah.
America, but the Canada and the Ecuador. Right? So he labeled all that. So it was definitely a message of unity. That different age groups, different folks were not his target audience, just for the fact that, again, I don't think some folks caught on to it. It was, since it was all in Spanish. If you didn't turn on translate, you didn't get it. If you didn't know
Hmm.
some of the stuff that he was kind of portraying, you didn't get it. But overall, I think it was really dope just to have some of the symbolism and just for it to be there. I watched it because I'm gonna watch it because I wanted to hear the story and talk about it. Eric is
Hmm.
saying that he may have had a bulletproof vest on underneath his jersey.
He did. Yeah, I think he did too. I
Okay.
actually did think he did had a bullet. I thought he had a bulletproof vest or something on under his attire to make sure nothing crazy happened. Um, and I know he had one on at some other where he was announcing some stuff. He was wearing one. So um, my thing about it, the performance in itself, great, right?
Yeah.
Great. He did a great thing. He got his message across. My question to you would be like, how does it rank amongst your top 4 or 5 performances?
Oh,
In
it's not above Michael. It's not above
oh,
Prince.
okay,
It's right in a line with. I didn't like Usher. I remember I was trying to run on when we were in Vegas. I wanted to run out on the field for Rihanna, but that would
okay,
have been a bad move. I,
uh-huh.
so
Kendrick's? Is it better than
my
Kendrick's?
top three are Michael, Prince, Kendrick.
Really, over Dre and Snoop's?
Oh, I forgot about them. Oh, wait a minute. So still, yeah. So fourth would be Dre and Snoop.
Woo! Okay,
Yeah. Listen. You got Michael. Michael is Michael.
okay,
Prince,
I
when
give you
Prince
that.
is singing Purple Rain and it starts raining, my God.
Okay,
Come on, you can't talk. And
and
then
you put Kendrick over the Dre and Snoop performance? Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent, Eminem.
because it was just Kendrick's year, man. It was just K Dot's. It was just a time that we needed to. It just that just hit at the right time. Maybe as we get a little bit older, get a little more seasoned, and we sit back at the table and have some drinks. Maybe next year or so, I'll be like, you know what? Wait a minute. But right, so
Uh-huh.
it's interchangeable for me. But that
Okay,
was dope. Hey, when Dre came up with the mixing board, and
play the Tupac,
I was crip walking
Tupac
too.
version and all that. Yeah, yeah, and all that. I thought, and Kendrick, and the crazy part, Kendrick was in that performance as well too with
Yes,
Snoop and Dre.
yeah.
He ended it up. So I
So
would
so those are
say,
my top ones. Again, so
mhm,
probably my fifth one though was Beyonce, just because again show and the whole thing. So this Bad Bunny one will probably be right around the six, seven, something around there. It
okay,
was cool. It's up there, top 10, obviously.
mhm,
Uh, better than Coldplay's, better than the Who's, Better
And
than
then what's that dude? The Weekend and all that
yeah.
stuff was.
Weekend
I
is
thought that
terrible.
was. Yeah, that was
Weekends was
terrible.
terrible. I don't care if y'all don't like me or give us
Yeah.
dislikes right now. The Weekends was terrible.
So again, I think great performance by Bad Bunny. Wasn't one of my all-time favorites, but that's just me personally
Mhm.
speaking. But I think he got across just like Kendrick got across a lot of symbolism
Yeah,
within the message. Kendrick's was more political, right?
true.
But Bunny's was more unity, and I'm okay with either one of them.
Mhm.
I
Mm.
to me, I was I my only thing that I missed from Bad Bunny, which I wish he would have did,
Mm.
and I thought would have been a great thing, was him. He would have brought out maybe Fat Joe, who's also Puerto Rican, but
Ah,
so part of the hip
yeah,
hop world. Like
yeah,
just bridge that gap between, you know, Latinos, Afro Latinos, and African Americans and
yeah.
Mexican Americans. Somewhere where if he could
You
have
wasn't getting
blended
down with
that
Ricky
together.
Martin. You didn't like the Ricky Martin. Shouts out to Ricky.
Ricky Martin was cool, but that's more, whatever. But
Hey,
I'm saying,
I was cool to see Ricky though.
yeah. But I'm saying I wish he would have blended all that together because he embodies
Mhm.
that. Reggaeton comes from hip hop and
Yeah,
reggae.
yeah,
I wish he would have somehow blended that all in together. Which you only got 8 minutes, man, so you can't put everybody on.
yeah,
I trust me, I get it. But I wish he would have brought some of that on so we could have seen everybody together. And if you're gonna preach unity, bring us all. Bring a Caucasian singer on there. Bring everybody on there. Says,
yeah,
you know what? We are America. This is all of us.
yeah,
We're not just this. Not hey, include us in being America because we're Puerto Rican. No, we all Americans. We all here. I thought that would have been a dope ending. That was my
yeah,
only. If I was, I mean, and I'm splitting frog hairs at this
yeah.
point.
You,
I'm just
but you
saying stuff.
doing the thing. That's what we do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Monday morning
yeah, yeah,
quarterbacking
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm just splitting dog. I'm splitting frog hairs, but I really did. I really appreciate his performance, and be honest, I appreciated his press conference even afterwards. I thought that was even better when he was just like, "Hey, I wanted to speak unity. Latinos
Hmm.
are a big part of this country. Puerto Ricans are a big part of this country, and we don't get any just due." And he's absolutely right, man. So salute to him. He got his point across, and I think he pissed that orange man off a little bit, but it's okay.
Well,
It's all
there were
right.
scenes afterwards. I was on Twitter. I was looking. There were scenes that them cats were actually watching Bad Bunny instead of that other one, and I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was just hilarious. What's up, Chief? We see you in the building. Listen, Chief, old school man. That's one of our regulars. Appreciate you for being here, brother. Uh, but it is what it is. It's done. It's over.
It's over
Economic
with now.
impact from it. I think it's just dope that all I did not know all them trees were people.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
And
Come to
and
find
all
out,
those setups were actually places that he set up that are
yeah.
around
See,
a
I mean,
country.
it's
Taco
those kind of
shops
things.
were yeah. He did a lot. I I give him that he did a lot to do some symbolism and give props and give let's make it. But maybe that was a way of showing because I know the Mexican restaurant he showed, Vila, is a LA restaurant taco place that is very famous. And the day after the Super Bowl, that taco shop was there was lines and lines of
Nice,
people from when they
nice.
opened all the way to end. So it gave them a big boom. So I mean, he did some great things, man. I mean, let's not get it wrong. And the Latino voice has been unheard. Let's keep it just keep it real. It has been
Yeah.
unheard. It's been overshadowed by the violence that's been created from police to African Americans. It's been overlooked by the crime of the violence has been created now to white America
Hmm.
from ICE, and their voice never gets heard. All we do is see them getting locked up and shipped off in ICE.
Come on.
I'm glad he was able to put his voice out there and say, and preach unity. It was great. It was a good thing.
There you go. There we go. Two thumbs up. You just didn't record it. You didn't download no music though, but that's all right. That's
No,
why.
man. I mean, it ain't my cup of tea, man. I mean, I know Gasolina and a couple other tracks,
Look
but
at you.
that's
You know some of them got dog. Ask
I
your
know.
kids, but they know. See
Oh, you know what I'm saying. You know what I
you,
mean.
them youngsters know. Them youngsters know.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
what are you
yeah.
wearing though? Because Noosh is in the building. God, we got all the old cats in here. He said you rocking some memorabilia. What you wearing, brother?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. What
Showing
I'm
off the
rocking.
memorabilia. Come on now. You know
Oh, you might
Noosh.
be talking about. Oh, that's a signed basketball from the Clippers a year ago. So James Harden and all the crew they signed the basketball
Look at him. Show it off again, brother. He got
for him. It's all cool, Keep it in the box. It's all
keep it
good.
in the box. This man. See, I tell no people. Told you we were at the parties. Everybody wanted to shake his hand and take pictures with him.
Nah, wasn't that serious, but
I was
there,
just
there was a
there
few.
just
There was a few, but it was all good.
Oh my gosh. What else? Was there anything else about the game around it that you wanted to talk about, or just a couple of stories I wanted to jump into, but that I want.
No, not
Okay.
really, man. I mean, not really. The game was a game. It's already done over with. Super Bowl champs of Seattle. Shout out to Rashid Shaheed, from San Diego, and also the kickers from San Diego. Uh, they did their thing, man. Proud of
Oh, the
those
kicker
guys,
from San
man.
Diego. What's the name?
Yeah,
Becker or Decker?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
Scored
from
all
San
the
Diego.
points.
Yeah, so they did a really, really good job, man. Both of them, they represent the city big time in the parade as well, from what I hear,
Love it.
and at the game. So it's all good, man.
There you
All
go.
good.
Love it. Love it. You watching these Olympics?
I caught a little bit. I caught up, obviously saw the young lady, tear her
What do you
leg
think
up.
about
Just
that?
try to come back.
We could talk about that. I have
I,
mixed feelings about that.
I
And, and,
do.
and
I feel so, man. To be honest, I feel bad. I really do feel bad for her. I know she's, tried it over and over again. I saw where she caught her arm in the
hmm
flag.
hmm
That kind of shot her the way she shot her, where she had to land that way to end up breaking her leg. I'm sad that she has to go through 3 surgeries,
hmm
to kind of get herself just back right, get it back to being stable the way it's supposed to. Beyond that, I mean, her cause was cool, but I mean, she's obviously was, old to be in that position, an older person competing in that position. And I thought a younger person that was putting up numbers should have maybe deserved an opportunity because she's been there before.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't knock her hustle, her dream. I mean, she got there. It just didn't finish. It definitely didn't finish the way she wanted. And I
Yeah.
pray for her health. I hope she gets healthy.
That's where I'm settling on. Because for a while after it happened, after Lindsey Vonn crashed, or when she decided that she wanted to still go and do it after having a torn ACL,
Hmm.
not a sprained
Yeah,
ACL,
she went in
not
hurt.
a
Yeah.
but an actual rupture of the ACL, and the doctors are saying don't do this. For a minute, I was like, this is selfish, right? She
Hmm.
shouldn't be out there because she's putting herself in danger. She's gonna mess around. If she crashes, she's gonna get medevaced out again. Right? There's just gonna be nothing but a downhill. Then there's the mental drain on everyone else that's competing, because in case she crashes,
Hmm.
and they see that, and that's what happened. But then I thought about it. Listen, you train your entire life. You're a champion. You have won all the medals. You were on top of the mountain, literally and figuratively. You're gonna go back out there and compete. Right? If that's you, if that's your DNA, you gonna go out there. So I started giving her a pass, and who am I? I'm nobody. But again, that was my
Hmm.
thought for a minute. Like, she being selfish for going out there on one leg and gonna try to ski down a mountain at over 100 miles an hour and do this thing. And then she's 20 seconds in, she crashes. The whole place was
Went silent. Yeah, went
silent
silent. Yeah.
because
It wasn't just a crash. It
it
wasn't
was a
just a
brutal
crash though.
crash too.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was brutal. Yeah, I mean, and the fact that she had to be airlifted off or air vac off, whatever you call it, anything, and then she had to go basically 24 hours. She was already in surgery.
yeah,
So it was not something, and I think people don't understand when you go into surgery. They usually make you they isolate the incident, right, and wait for the swelling to go down before they go in. They had to go in right away in order for her. Um, and I didn't even think of it from the point where you're saying where it was selfish for her to do that because she wanted it for her own accolades. But like you said, man, she trained all her life to kind of do this. She thought she was stable enough to do it with the tornado cell, and she started off strong.
yeah,
When she
yeah.
first took off, I was like, "Woo, she got something." But when her arm clipped that flag,
I
man,
was
and
like,
she
oh
crashed like
man,
that,
and it was a
oh,
hard crash too. It just looked like it hurt. Me and my wife were watching it, and Jen she gasped at it, and I was like, oh man, prayers to her. I think I saw some Instagram posts saying that she's at least had some surgery. She's in traction and all. She's got all the braces on, so she's getting better.
hmm
But I guess you got to be at that elite level really to do something like that. I just I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. So at least she's all right. At least she's better. At least she's accepting of it and be able to move on. And what's the old girl name that did win? Somebody won.
hmm
I forgot
I
her
don't know.
name.
I have to be
I
honest.
should
I
be.
haven't been
See, I'm
following
not
her.
watching. I'm not even watching my
Yeah.
curling. And
I didn't watch that, but I
Man,
didn't watch the
hey.
U.S. team. I watched the England team. They were doing good, but curling is something you put on while you're cooking, right? While you're doing something else, you had it on in the background. to see somebody do good. It's not something I'm gonna really just sit down and concentrate on it. But it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I did watch England versus I forgot who they played in the first round. They played somebody. They did really, really good. But yeah, I'm not really watching. It doesn't win the Olympics that
No,
hard.
no. Me and the
It's
Winter
just not.
Olympics aren't that close either. We are trying to get to LA 28. We are in the running. We're on the list like a lot of folks for the lottery to try to get some tickets.
Yeah,
So
but that is what it is. I'll wait for 2028.
that's when we're
But
gonna be there.
let's bring up Kubiak, man. Let's talk about
You want to talk
Kubiak in
about
this
it? Okay.
situation back in the
So
NFL. Yeah,
yeah,
we got
so
some
we'll bring it
last.
back. We'll
Let's
talk
talk.
about some last football, and then I saw the question about the Pistons and the Hornets. When them cats
Oh, we
got
talk about that too.
because they was
Them throwing
throwing,
them
bro.
hands. Yeah, they
Ooh,
was throwing some hands.
they
Yeah.
was seriously throwing. So talk about it. Kubiak.
Oh, Kubiak, man, I think it was a great hire.
Mm,
For the Raiders as they're going into this transition. And let's be honest, the clock is ticking. Raiders got to win.
yeah.
They have to win. You had the number 1 pick last year. You're gonna have the number 1 pick this year, or you had a top 5 pick last year, and you're gonna have the number 1 pick this year, which they're probably gonna go with Mendoza.
Yes.
It's looking more
Yes.
and more that way. Instead of trading out, they're probably gonna go with Mendoza. And unfortunately, still don't think that's enough for them to win. I think they got enough to build around, but not to win just yet. You know, you got a
Yeah.
running back that looks
Yeah.
promising. You're gonna have a quarterback, which I disagree. People, I think Mendoza is gonna be perfectly fine. I think he's a guy that can manage a team. I think he's battle tested. He's won the national championship at the collegiate level against a very good Miami team. He's got a quarterback coach just coming in to become his head coach, so he's gonna know the ins and outs and where everything is at. There's a lot of ground for success there, but the Raiders need a lot more. Unfortunately, you know,
Yeah.
they don't really have another. They don't have a prime receiver, which I think they're gonna get the kid guy from Philadelphia, Brown. I think they're gonna make a real
You
good
think AJ
hard.
you think AJ done?
I think the money's gonna be so tight so there, and he's gonna be the number 1. AJ wants to be the number 1 receiver. Why not go to a team that needs a number 1, big time, and that's gonna pay him top dollar to be that? AJ Brown will be a great fit, I think, for the Raiders.
That would
But
be a
they need
good
off.
city. So that would be a good spot for him too. Someone with his again, I'm third person looking in, but just his mentality, his character. There's enough for him to do in the building, in Allegiant Stadium. There's enough for him to do outside and around as well. I'm not saying there's not enough to do in Philadelphia. I know Marvin, diehard Eagle fan, probably don't want to hear this conversation, but that could be a good little spot for AJ.
I think it's the perfect fit for him to be there in the silver and
Mm,
black.
mhm,
Why wouldn't you be? And like I said, let's go back to Mendoza. He's gonna have a quarterback coach there, and he has a quarterback owner with Tom Brady. I forgot about that now seeing the
mhm.
picture. He's gonna have 2 very good mentors that show him exactly how the game is supposed to be played from their view and from their eyes, and to get him settled in faster than later, right? So with that being said, I think they're going to try to build the offense first. AJ Brown would be great. You already got Gentry at running back. You'll have Mendoza at your quarterback. Now you got to piece together an offensive line, which they had a couple guys that were okay, but they got to get more. They got to get more, and then you build depth through free agency and draft, right? There's young
Yes.
guys coming and playing right away. Raiders have a number draft. They just don't have the number 1. I think they got a number 2, and I think they got 2 number 3s. There's 4 spots right there. They can get some really, really high profile people to come in there and help that organization and help it win and turn it around now. Now the downfall for them is that they're in the AFC West. You know, they got Denver that's there and the Chargers who are playing very very well.
Mm,
You have the Raiders and then Kansas City. They're not going to be down for long. So you got 6 games you got to somehow split or win between 3 teams that are probably going to be playoff bound. You know what I mean? So they got a long uphill, but I think they're moving in the right direction with Kubiak, and depending on what he wants to do. So I'm with it. Me personally, if I was a GM, I would trade my first pick to get multiple picks, but I don't have a problem with them getting Mendoza. And you got to think Mendoza is going to be a marketing
yeah.
angel for them.
He's a clean cut kind of dude.
What?
So
Yeah.
who's quarterback for the Jets?
I don't
I'm
know.
just,
They
I'm
always
just
pick a
wondering
new one.
if
They pick
if
another
some
one. They pick another one They pick a new one every year.
I'm just wondering if he slipped. He's definitely not slipping the 3 because he's not going to Arizona. So
Well,
yeah,
Arizona's they're trying to trade their quarterback right now. Arizona's trying to get rid of their quarterback. So you got to think about it. So think about it from a standpoint. If I'm the put the hat on, the Raiders hat on.
Mm,
Mendoza is going to check every box for us to be able to market him very well.
right.
One, he just came off the national championship. His last name is Mendoza, so he has some type of Latino background. Their biggest demographic of fans for the Raiders are Latina. They have a big Latino population there.
Yeah.
Easy to market to him. He's easy to bring him on there, and not to mention he could play. Now, is he the greatest quarterback to come out? No, but he's damn sure ain't gonna be the worst. And he's damn sure gonna be a person that I think they can go ahead and build around and be very successful around. And I hope all the Raider fans are with me. I think a winning season, if they can just go 8-8 or 8-9, or that will be a perfect season for them to get some building blocks on. I think Raiders have the most appealing place for players wanting to go, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Everybody would love to, you got New York, LA, Las Vegas. People love to come play in Las Vegas. And not to mention Las Vegas is about to get an NBA basketball team as well. So now they're gonna have NBA basketball there. They got the A's that are coming there for Major League Baseball. The Raiders have already established the way, and you got the biggest entertainment place in the world. Why would you want to go there? So I think they're aligning themselves to have a big free agency to fit up under that clock. Now their biggest issue has been Mr. Davis. Hasn't been nothing else.
Well,
he's got to get
he's
under the
not
way.
as bad as Jerry Jones though, but he's.
I mean, but Jerry Jones is the number one. When you become the number one, you could do that as far as memorability and all that. Dallas is the number one. Raiders may be number two, but until you become that, you can't do that way. Mark Davis needs to get out of the way. He needs to let the GM let them build an organization, let them build a team the way it's supposed to be built, and quit having your hands in it and quit saying no and yes to what things that you just don't agree with. You got to let them just do their job and trust it, and hire the person you're going to trust. Once they do that, I think they're going to be fine. And I truly believe, I think AJ Brown would be a great fit for the Raiders. He'll be the number one guy there. He'll be Mendoza's safety net. You got a running game already with Gentry. Now you just put together the rest of the pieces, and then let Kubiak do his thing and become be a great offensive coordinator. I'm pulling for him. I just think it's gonna be tough. I just think they're in the AFC West, bro. I don't know where you gonna get them wins from. I don't think you're gonna beat Denver twice, or I don't even think you beat Denver once.
No, not when Bo was back. Bo a bad dude, and I even saying that about a duck there. I'm a Beaver, but he's a duck. I ain't even saying that. Yeah.
And I know the nemesis, the Chargers. At best, you're gonna split, right? That's probably at best you're probably gonna split because they always split their games down the middle. Now you got Kansas City. You got Eric Bieniemy back there is co-OC back again. Give some stability. They got a lot of draft picks they're gonna fill. And remember, Andy Reid is not a losing coach. He doesn't lose back-to-back seasons at all, ever. I don't think he's ever had a back-to-back losing season. So he's gonna be on the winning side. Somebody's got to give, right? And the Raiders are just they're not there yet. So I think, unfortunately, they're still gonna be the low end. I think, like I said, if they go 8-9, that'd be amazing. If they go more respectably, that's 6-11, 7-10. I think that's the building block for them to start to get back to greatness, because that's going to attract more people and more free agencies to come there.
Have to go to some games next season. See what they can do.
Well, when that NBA team get there, man, they gonna want the spotlight gonna shift a little bit. You gotta start winning if you want that spotlight to be on you. Oh, we got to mention, I mean, they got the number one WNBA team there as well as the hockey team.
Oh yeah. I mean, what do they call them? The Knights, the Golden? Is it
the Knights? The Golden Knights is dope, and then you got
the Aces.
The Aces, man. I mean, the Raiders right now. If the Raiders stepped in there, the only team that's worse than them is the A's, baseball. Yeah. As far as all the professional franchises, they're the worst. So, and UNLV has been playing very, very well, going to bowl games. So you got a lot. It's going to be a lot of competition to get that fanfare in there. Raiders going to have to start winning. I think Kubiak is probably a good stepping stone for them to start. You don't seem convinced.
I'm just. It's definitely going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of time.
Yes.
I mean, Eric is over here saying 8-9. So I just. It's not happening next year. Again, because Mendoza gonna come in. Everyone got him as number one, right? The Mel Kipers of the world. Oh yeah, Fernando gonna come in as one. We're thinking it as well. He's just gonna have to get used to that different style. He's just going to get to that different speed. Grown folks coming after him as opposed to just college students. Uh,
Hmm.
we'll see. Again, I like what you said though. We're gonna be cheering for him because
Yeah.
don't want nothing but the best for him. But we'll see. Uh,
I think this is
eight
one probably
nine,
the first time.
8-9.
I think it's the first time they got it kind of right. To be honest with you, in a long time, the
Mm,
Raiders got it right. You know, you hired a guy that's coming off a Super Bowl championship as the OC.
yeah.
We
Poor
got it.
Pete
We
Carroll.
got some.
Where Pete gonna go? Pete should
Well, I
just
mean,
go ahead and just
no,
become a
Pete should be an
consultant.
advisor in that
There we go. So like I
organization.
said, a consultant. He should be a
Yeah,
consultant.
yeah.
Just go ahead and sit down
Pete should be
somewhere.
an advisor. Don't let's not get it twisted. Pete knows football, man. He just
Yeah.
didn't have the bodies and the people to do it right. I think you unload Geno Smith, like Eric said.
Yeah.
I think that you got to cut whatever fat that you got on the plate. Cut that off. Guys that have got expiring contracts that want to leave that aren't conducive to the program, you got to get rid of them, and then you got to start bringing in some guys, some money guys, and some greedy guys. I like greedy guys. AJ Brown's greedy. He wants the ball. He wants everything. Fine. You about to be number one. We're gonna throw you the ball 10 times a game. You about to get everything you wanted. You're gonna get it because we got a young quarterback and he's gonna be
You
looking
gonna
at you.
be wide receiver one. You gonna be
Hmm.
the go-to target. No more
Yeah.
Devonta Adams. No
Yeah. Adams is
more.
good. He's on the Rams, so it don't matter. So they don't
I mean,
like
no,
I said, they
Devonta
don't.
Smith. I'm sorry, Devonta Adams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Devonta
Yeah.
Adams and Devonta Smith. I always get them backwards. But yeah, Smith over there. So
I,
now AJ could be number one.
now, if you want my opinion, if I was the AD,
Uh oh.
I would, like I said, I would trade. I would actually trade the number one for Myles Garrett because he wants out of Cleveland. I'd put together a package to get him.
But they gave Miles all that money.
Hey, I'm gonna take on all that money because he's that draw. He's the number one sack leader in the
Well,
world ever.
he
They're
is
doing it.
the
You put
he's
him on
the
the opposite end of that other D and they got over there.
he is a
Now my
defensive
defense
player of
is
the
solid.
year. He
You know,
hanging out.
I
He
want a
hanging
four.
out in Italy right now with his girlfriend. Shouts out, Chloe.
Yeah, I
He,
want a 4-man front like that Seattle front because you can see if you have 4 dominant guys, they can control the game. That's me. That's the way I would go. But I definitely understand the Mendoza move. Don't get it twisted.
hmm
But me, I would trade Myles Garrett. I would trade the number one in a package to get Myles Garrett. I would sign Tagovailoa for Miami because he's going to get waived to be my quarterback temporarily. And I told you before, I think if Mendoza doesn't get drafted once, he's going to fall into the second round because nobody else really is the quarterback. Everyone's going to wonder why his stock is wobbled, and I think you can get him in the second round. Now, paying a second round quarterback is a lot less than paying a first round, right?
yeah.
So I would take my chances with that, and if he's not there, there's going to be another quarterback on the board I can get. But you only once in a lifetime going to get an opportunity to get somebody like Myles Garrett. That doesn't come around all the time
That's true.
at
That's true.
all. That's what I would do, and I think Tyler Tagovailoa can be that guy in the Raiders or to get us over till we can find that right quarterback. Tua's not a bad quarterback, man. He's got concussions.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, 2-1. He's a winner. So if
Yeah.
Mendoza drops, do you instead go with Vanderbilt's quarterback? Was it Diego Pavia? He
Yeah, I would if I couldn't find him, as long as I'm getting them in the second or third round. Me personally, I would go after and get a free agency into a guy that I'm 1,000,000% sold on. And I think the Raiders are sold on him. Don't get me wrong, I think they are. But I'm
Yeah.
saying if I'm GM and Monte Allen is the GM, that's the move I'll make. I'm putting together a package to get Myles Garrett over here. And I think I'm gonna revolutionize our defense, and we're gonna be in every game defensively for sure. And then I gotta go ahead and I'm gonna mash that offense together the best I can. Try to sign AJ Brown also to a contract, get him in there. I got Gentry. That should be enough to put us some points on the board to get us at least 10 to 12 points on the board. And my defense has got to hold solid.
Man, we over here making moves, ladies and gentlemen. Montel Allen, GM
I
for the
would,
whole
I would.
NFC. Just
No, I'm just
the
for
whole
Raiders.
the
Just
whole
for the
conference.
Raiders, man. I mean, that's just the way I would approach it, man. And I'm sure they've had talks. I'm
Yeah,
sure they've had
yeah,
talks to
yeah,
figure out how to do it. Those guys are very, very smart
yeah.
and bright. I'm just saying publicly, that's what I would do if I was in that seat. I'd be like, okay, what can we do to do that? Because Mendoza's a risk. Myles Garrett is not a risk at all. He's
That is
gonna come
true.
in here and do his thing.
That is true.
You know. I mean,
Defense is where it's at. Defense wins. Montel Watson, 4 dominant guys. A tall boy, no, maybe he can bring some back from time. Oh my God! See,
I ain't say that.
That's an inside joke right there too. Our dude Dogboy is overseas right now, and he traveling.
Enjoying life. Yeah,
See,
he's enjoying life right
I'm
now, man.
gonna leave that alone. Bring some of them fellas over from Thailand. Okay, I see. Hey, and Rich, I got a surprise for you. I'm not gonna say it online, but I may have a tracking number for you. Okay. Let's get back in. Yeah, finally, golly, your boy may have a tracking number. They fighting over there in these on these hardwoods.
Yeah, NBA getting thugged out.
These boys. So Malice in the Palace. Whoever, if you're over 30 some years old, you remember that. You remember what was he called then? It wasn't Meta World. He was still Artest then, right? It
Yeah,
was
Ron
still Ron.
Artest. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When the Pacers got to fight, and we've seen some other fights, some Lakers and some Detroit, because Detroit used to be terrible. They used to be some bad dudes, and they were
Mm-hmm.
known as a bad one. But trying to bring it back now with these Pistons and these Hornets and what they went through a couple of days ago. I don't even know if I got the video. I just got the screenshot. And anyone who saw what happened, what jumped off, my goodness, how you gonna get paid all this money? I'm just gonna ask you this question. We don't have to go too long into it. How you gonna get paid all this money, mess around and get into some real fisticuffs? Because they weren't, fake holding me back kind of thing and just slapping that kind of thing. These boys.
It was kind of whack though. It was kind of whack. It wasn't really no fight.
It was a melee. It was
the melee is just because there's a bunch of people scattered on the floor. It wasn't really. You compare that one to what happened in Indiana with Detroit. That fight.
Well, yeah. So again, that's
when
when they went into the stands.
That was a fight. That's a different fight. If you compare any of the fights that we had in the NBA back in the day with New York and Chicago and any of those, they threw blows. This one was more about let me hold and grab and maybe push face a little bit.
I'm just saying it looked violent. And
I don't think it was as violent as possible.
I'd have loved to have been in the building too, because I would have probably.
To be honest with you, NBA can talk all the trash they want.
Yeah.
This is a great shot in the arm for the NBA. And what I mean by popularity, people wanting to watch it, people seeing how intense they say the rivalries are.
Yeah.
Because we already know the NBA All-Star game is about to be boring as shh.
Yep. Yep. That's another reason why we're not going.
I'm gonna just keep it real. The NBA, Steph's not playing in it. Who's probably the number one showman in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
The way he shoots the ball, but he's not playing in the game. The game has pretty much been boring for the last couple of years. They're trying to do different things to create, excitement about it, but there really isn't there's nothing excited about it because there's nothing for them to win. They just taking a week off and playing. See? Well, come on, man. Like, look at it.
Man, you put your hands in my face like that.
Where missed, didn't do anything. Look, he just hold it, and that's the melee.
No, here go the melee. When old boy came off.
What?
Oh, hold on. What? Yeah. Come on,
Yahoo.
Grab him, bro. Why Yahoo? Come on now. When my man came off the bench, he still had his warm-ups on and came off the bench.
He about to get suspended and get fined, dummy. No, but what I'm saying, the NBA needed this shot. They needed this adrenaline shot in the arm for people to be competitive about it and watch it again and think about the NBA.
It is right.
I'm sorry. I know that the young heads always think today's NBA is the best game, but nothing was like the playoffs when we saw them in the 80s and the 90s. Man, them dudes was fighting. Xavier McDaniel trying to intimidate people. It was really something there, and it was a competitive spirit. And yeah, it can't go into the stands, but what we had was like really, really special. There was such thing as a hard foul. Look at this dude just walking away.
Yeah, he
ain't messing my money up. So it's kind of funny that this is like their rendition of like you can't do this because it doesn't look good for the sport.
Yeah.
But what's the saying go? Any press is good press. Bad press is good press. This the bad presses they needed to kind of inject them for people to watch the last couple of games before the All-Star break, because the All-Star break is about to be trash. I think the All-Star game is going to be trash again. How you going to score 179 to 169? Yeah. No defense is playing. There's nothing for them to do. They scrapped. The slam dunk contest has been horrible for I don't know how long. They put all those changes in it. The international versus the U.S. is that was a pretty good game last year. And then, the rookie game has been kind of garbage as well. They just got to do something different, man. And it's funny you got all those people in their marketing department and they can't figure it out. That's like the NFL All-Star game. I mean, can't figure it out. Y'all can't get out of your way. You now, do you want my rendition how you fix this?
I think you've told me we know. Yeah. The Pro Bowl for the NFL is not
That should be
even.
done. That should be done. They should do something
no one
different. But
wants to see
you know,
that.
how I would fix the NFL. You know, how I would fix the NBA one.
Mm.
Top players in college play the rookies that are in college.
Have players.
Split it back.
I mean, the
top
NBA
players that are
rookies.
currently, yeah, NBA rookies will play against the top guys that are in college because you know how they all skip. They don't go to college no more.
Yeah.
They just go to the NBA. Let's have them play the top seniors in the NCAA right now to play against the top NBA rookie. I mean the NBA rookies, and they split a bag of $500,000.
They got the money.
Both of them got the money, right?
Cooper Flag got. Yeah. Okay.
So wouldn't that bring excitement? The teams that all these guys collectively come from all around the country playing NCAA, just working their butts off to kind of get to this level to play against those guys. I think that'll be more of an exciting game than watching whoever. And then if you're gonna do some other thing, I think you could be more creative that way to instill the college game. I like the HBCU game. They're doing that. That's kind of cool, but no one watches that game. No one watches that game. That game this for the NBA All Star. But they need to do something. They need to do something very creative and different. You know, to be honest with you, let's watch the G League All Star games play, and the MVP gets an NBA contract.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Now you thinking outside the
box. Yeah. I mean, but you got to, right? And then you let some of the players coach that are inspiring coaches coach those G League teams.
That's actually
get those G League All Stars. The winner, the guy whoever wins MVP gets an NBA contract.
That's actually a cool little deal. Doesn't have to be guaranteed, but again, hey, you showed out. You gotta.
You done your thing. Now you in the league. You gonna get one. You gonna get on the roster. I think you do stuff like that, man. That would be dope.
That would bring the excitement, and kind of like Marvin was saying, that would be a good scouting event. That would make people show out and actually play instead of just doing it for the little check that they get, like the NBA Cup.
NBA players are supporting it, laughing. I think if we're gonna do slam dunk contest, it should be G League versus college. Slam dunks, and you collectively do the scores.
Yeah,
you collectively do the scores. Like who got the most bounce, because those guys are going to go all out to make something happen for some extra money. Unlike the NBA guys are just sitting around. It's basically just a powwow for them to laugh and take pictures of each other. Let's do something different, just competitive, that really niches the market and makes people excited about doing it. I'm telling you, if I saw the G League guys, All Stars playing against each other, and I want to see who's going to win an NBA contract. That's going to be dope. You know what I mean? That's gonna be celebrated, and he's gonna be the guy. And it can't be like that McClug guy that got it. I mean, it's gonna have to be a contract from the All Star game all the way through. Yeah, it's got to be all the way through. Let's do something like that, make it happen. I just can't believe all those marketing people that are supposed to be smart in marketing can't think of one thing to make it appealing. And then the Celebrity All Star game is whack too. You know, they just get away with everything. It's not real basketball, and there's really no incentive except that you played on the NBA stage.
Yeah, I have no desire to watch it. I think Drewski playing. I have no desire to watch Drewski.
But we got NBA. I mean, we used to have that back in the day. Remember, we used to have the Celebrity All Star games, and they used to come to the town. You know, New Edition and all them used to come and play. Bro, we can get that in our local high school. You know, period. Now I'm not looking for a new job. I mean, I just unless you hiring.
He got his resume up to date though. Hey, Montel is ready for it. Let them Clippers, Warriors, Rams, Lions. Let somebody call you. Let somebody.
Yeah, man. Because I'm thinking outside of the box as a fan.
Yeah,
really. I'm just thinking outside the box as a fan. What I want to see. Those guys don't. Those people are the powers that be don't think that way, and it's unfortunate because they tarnished the game. The NBA All Star game when we were growing up is completely different from when what it is now. You know, when we were growing up, it was exciting to watch Bird and those guys do the 3-point contest. It was exciting to see the slam dunk contest because we saw our favorite stars doing it. And then if you missed, you were out of it. It wasn't like you got 5 chances to make up a dunk. If you missed, you were out. it was completely different, man, and the game was different. Watching Magic Johnson and them play was completely different than watching these guys play now.
Truth.
You
Truth.
you know, you
Hopefully,
know,
before too long, they get it because again, we not breaking news. We just fans that know what we like, and we fans that respect the game. And I know someone sitting in that room, around that room, has somebody's email and has someone's ear to say y'all need to fix that Pro Bowl
hmm
and this NBA All Star. Those are
man.
even my sport, baseball, right? I mean, everyone who's in the league can hit a home run. Some of the they need to
Well,
change format for all three of these top major sports.
I would love to see, and I'm sorry, I know the Sham is going to play in the All Star game, the commentator from the NBA.
Yeah, well,
But no. You put your money where your mouth is. Steven Smith, why ain't you playing?
because
Because
Steven
you
Smith
talk
can't
about
play.
basketball. I don't care. You go. I want you to show out and be out there, so we can have an opportunity to laugh and critique you like you do everybody else. Matter of fact, I would like to see more so if that's going to be the celebrity. That's what needs to be on the celebrity. Somebody that's controversial. Somebody out there that's loud. Somebody out there that pokes holes and does everything to everybody else. But those that want to go out there and play, then I'm going to bash him for not accepting the offer. Yeah, I watched Shaq dunk, man. That's pretty cool. But again, those are no names, and they'll never get this. They'll never get a chance to get on the stage.
Yeah, I'm
Which
gonna chop this up, and I was quiet for a minute because that's where I'm gonna chop this up, and I'm gonna copy Stephen A. Smith,
he should play in it.
one of my favorite people.
He should be
Y'all
playing in it
know.
without it. What he should playing in it without a doubt. And he should show us all that stuff you get talking, all that madness, and how you say you disappointed in what people could do. Well, let's see your jump shot, partner.
Mm-mm.
Let's see you go to the hole. Let's
You
see
know,
what you could do.
you can't even pronounce your frat's name right. See, now I'm being childish. I should have
You
said
know.
that.
Well, I mean, think about it. You
I'm
let him
sorry.
play in the game. You let him do all that stuff, and then also, I think there's just so many different things they could do, man, in the NBA to make the game exciting and utilize what they have, but they just don't. I don't know, and I don't know why. I really don't know, understand why.
Yeah.
My question is how if I don't know if James Harden made the All Star game, but how's he gonna play in the All Star game when he just got shipped to the East? If he was making the All Star game on the West, he doesn't play for the Clippers no more. He plays for Cleveland. So
Yeah.
does this All Star? I mean, does he play for the West in All Stars, or does he go over to the East and play at the Eastern All Stars? And does somebody lose a spot?
Oh, please. All Star. Oh, well, I looked that up. We will see. Uh, Rich, we not talking about the Premier League. Sacked your manager. See, that's one thing. I need to. This is for me too. I need to get more versed on football, on soccer, because I want to know
Soccer.
the teams. I want to know what's jumping off, and see that right there means something to a lot of people.
Yes, I think it's
Premier
very
League
important.
tonight. They sacked their manager today. I know that has ramifications all across. But I don't
What does
talk
that
about it because
mean?
I
Okay,
don't know.
pause. What does stature manager mean? I don't even know what that means.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well,
What does that
sacked.
mean?
So I'm assuming that's so again. Rich is over in the UK, so that's across the pond. So sacked, probably fired. You know,
Oh, is it sacked or stacked? I thought
sacked.
it said stacked. Oh,
Sacked.
sacked. Okay, so
Yeah. See,
probably
Rich
fired
used
their
the proper
manager.
English. He used the
Okay,
Queen's English because he over
okay,
there
sacked. Okay,
on that
excuse me.
side of the water. On that
Sacked their
side of the
manager.
land.
So I'm assuming you're right. Terminated their
Yeah.
manager, right?
You know. He using the proper English. So I don't know. We'll have to check that out. We'll see. Rich, maybe we'll get you on one time. I don't know what time it is right now in your neck of the woods over there in the UK. Maybe we'll get you on, and you can give us some full understanding of what's going on in soccer. So
Are
yes,
we going to
yeah.
talk about
What you
the
want to talk about?
NBA? I mean, the NFL dude that assaulted his WNBA girlfriend, the guy that was on the Atlanta Falcons.
Is
He
that
assaulted his WNBA girlfriend, and then we got the
oh
guy that was
yeah,
at the
what's her
Jets.
name? I saw that like in passing, but I was
hmm
not the Darren Lee story, not the because we talked about the Darren Lee story about his girlfriend that got murdered and that kind of thing. But what's her name? WNBA player, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking about though. Yeah, that was sad. That's a sad another situation. Um, we gotta do better, man. We starting off the year. We still got to do better. And then, and another quick recap. I do love what Joey Porter said about your boy Roethlisberger. Um, and how all his antics and what he's doing. He has the last person to be critiquing Tomlin about anything. Well, most of his success came from it, and that Roethlisberger is not a good person.
Yeah, yeah, he wasn't right.
Yeah,
Let the police record
and the,
speak.
and the
Unfortunately,
congregation
my
and the
team, right?
congregation speak.
Again, my
Yeah, and
team
the
too.
and the congregation speak. He was not a good person.
Yeah, let the police record speak for itself. He probably in some of them files. We'll leave that
Yeah.
where it is too. But yeah, this is the story right here.
Hmm.
What's his name? Jackson. That's who it was.
Yeah,
Rickea
yeah,
Jackson and
yeah.
her boyfriend James Pierce from the Falcons. Yeah, whole lot of altercation going on between them. Pierce was arrested this Saturday, facing 5 felony charges, including aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and
Hmm.
aggravated stalking. Pretrial conditional stay away order was filed against Pierce by the court with regard to Jackson. So yeah, that's just a sad situation. Was jumping off there. That's you,
Yeah.
you just can't do that.
You know what's funny? Cardi B and Stephon Diggs got more press than this issue right here. But this is a more pressing matter. You know what I'm saying? This is more social impact. That little
That's a
split up
sad.
between
I
Diggs
fall back in my seat just because that's such a sad thing. We more worried about Cardi B and this her and Steph and Diggs break up.
and Offset than we are about this woman really got assaulted by an NFL player, which was
Huh.
her spouse, boyfriend. I don't. They weren't married, but their spouse.
Yeah.
Which this is more powerful. And I heard he claimed mental illness about the situation. There's a big deep dive about mental illness in the situation about him suffering from that. So Cardi B and Offset and Stephon Diggs gonna be all right. That they little love triangle is what it is. It's more theatric than it is real life. Where something like this is something that we've seen a lot of athletes go through mental health issues and all that. And unfortunately, this one led over to some kind of violence against her in a domestic violence
Hmm.
case, which is unfortunate. We really need to pay more attention to that. And we always talk about mental health. People really need to get help. Big time. He needs to really. I hope that young man gets. I hope the Atlanta Falcons surround him and get him with a lot of mental health because these situations can't happen again amongst our athletes.
Both sides are talking with authorities. Rickea and James are talking. So we'll see how this all works out. It's just glad.
Mhm.
Hopefully they stay away from each other. Right.
Yes, just
Hopefully this isn't one of them situations where, and again, don't want to get in anybody's business without and speculate, but just hopefully if the
mhm.
relationship is over, if it's sour, come on, just
Yeah, let it go, let it ride.
let it. There you go. Let it go. Right. Rick's gonna be all right.
Hmm.
Pierce is gonna be all right. Just get help and just stay away from each other because it don't need to come to. We always talk about it. Don't need to come to that. Mental
Yeah, man.
illness is starting to become a scapegoat. Mm, mm,
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Marvin. I mean, it
mm.
is, it is. People are using it way too often, to use it as a scapegoat. I don't know, and I don't know the dude that did it. I don't know the Pierce. I don't know his situation. But I know that's what he. I saw something earlier on the news is that what he was talking about, or what he was claiming, or what his lawyers were claiming there was an issue. Um, and there's nothing to decipher if he's really going through a mental health issue or if he's not. Um, So it's just unfortunate, man. I just hate to see us in a negative light, and we're
Right.
always being painted in that light all the time.
We'll follow that one, man. I slipped on that one. I knew the story, but again, in all of the stuff coming back from the weekend,
Mhm.
that one slipped through the cracks. But we will add that to the list. Unfortunately, it's a long list that we tracking of
Man, it's long, like you
troubling
said,
issues.
the BYU rape case,
Still don't have an
one
answer to
ex,
that.
yeah, ex player Jet murdered somebody. It's just
Yeah,
a
that's what
lot
I was
going
talking about.
on, and
Yeah, there's
yeah, it's a lot going on, man, in our society. And I won't be dismissive of mental health, but there's something going on in our society, and like I said, with the way trying times are right now, people are just desperate and do anything, and committing crimes is not above that situation, right? It's not, people gonna do what they're gonna do, which is sad.
it's just sad.
And
Mm.
We just gotta
Man,
do better, man, and I think the surrounding people that are around need to do better as well. If you got somebody around you, man, they gotta do better. They gotta be able to tell your partner no, or that's not a good idea, or stop. We gotta be able to say those things to our fellow athletes and friends and people that are around. We really do. So we don't have these issues anymore, hopefully.
that's easy. That's easy to say, hard to do, but it's got to be said.
Hmm.
It's got to be said. Let's end on this one, man. Uh, Rich, I'm gonna do my research too. We're gonna figure this all out. See, he naming off these names:
Yeah,
Tottenham,
man.
Hotspur. I'm gonna do my homework. We gonna come
Rich,
back
send
to
us
it.
some information on that stuff. Yeah, send us some
Yeah,
information because
we.
we're not very. We're not very knowledgeable about what goes on, especially in the global
Yeah,
soccer
see,
scene.
cause I got a feeling he's serious about this. That's why he brought it up. Tottenham and Hotspur. I don't know what that is, man. I love it though. Hey, take care
Hmm.
of yourself, everybody.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
take care of yourself. One of our heroes, old school cats here, did not know. You make fun of him all you want to. Funny little dance, all you want to. But listen, my man said he was feeling fatigue. He was sleeping a lot. He thought he was just getting old. Man, Chris Reed, y'all know him as Kid. Went to the doctor. They tried to give him some medicine. It didn't work out. Long story short, Kid had to have a heart replacement. Not heart surgery as in like a double bypass, triple bypass, quadruple. He had to have his heart replaced.
Hmm.
Listen to your body, folks. One finger pointing out, three fingers pointing back at me too. Listen, I just got back from setting up some appointments with my doctor, so the doctor gave me the thumbs up. So listen, hey, so Dad, I don't know if you still listen. Listen, I check out pretty good so far, but again, you got to do this, man. And I'm glad that he's on the mend here after having that. But yeah, he had heart transplant surgery. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Kid and Play, man, especially Kid. And also, if you young heads, if you haven't watched House Party, please watch the original House Party. Like my kids
Required.
watched it. Yeah, they watched it. They like, man, this is funny. The things that are going on. Please watch. It's probably one of the
Well, wait a
best
minute. Hold on. Who
youth
directed
films.
House Party?
Oh no, it wasn't him. He didn't direct it. It
Okay.
was Hugh. It was some other cats.
Okay, I
But
had to think about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope we
I
gonna
think
watch that.
that's probably one of the most underrated comedy comedy movies we've ever
Mm.
seen. And the late great Robert Harris is in there as the father.
Oh, yep.
But I mean, they just set the tone, man, to what it's supposed to be and what it was to be young, especially in our era, what it was to be young, what we dressed like, how we went to the parties, how we danced, and the whole nine, man. I think that's something some people that really, really need to go check that out and laugh. It's gonna make you laugh.
Mm. Listen, that's what we need now. That's better
Yeah,
medicine than some of these other things that we probably put in our body. Laughter, and love is what we need a little bit more. So
man.
appreciate everybody jumping in. Yes, sir. Team No Sleep. Go ahead, Eric. We see you, brother. Appreciate y'all. Listen, we all over the internet today. I see folks watching it. So we got. I'm telling you, I don't even know if you know. We got multiple streams going. We vertical and
Hmm.
horizontal all over YouTube. So we bringing in some new folks. So early on, you saw we had some new cats jumping in. Let me see, Jonathan and Aya King, Michael. Then you had a man or whoever, JK7.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? we so yeah, we opening up the audience for sure, and I
No,
love it.
I love it. Love their engaging, man, and we want to get to everybody's questions. So if you have a question, ask. If you have, yeah, that's Martin Lawrence DJ. Yeah, I mean, ask those questions, man, especially about social. I'll just give you. I can only give you my opinion. That's
That's all
it.
we
I
can do.
mean, in our opinion, I'm glad people are listening to it, man. We really do appreciate it. But I know, not to take away our thunder, because I know we're about to log off real quick. I know we got some guys that we're gonna come in. We're gonna talk about NIL again. From
Yeah,
some of the people we met at the Super
yeah,
Bowl. And we're gonna talk. I know we're gonna probably schedule some time with some directors that are doing some really amazing things in documentaries on sports to get their perspective on things that are coming up. So, guys, just keep looking forward to what we're gonna bring a little bit more extra heat coming in the coming months. So, be prepared and be ready because I want you guys to ask those difficult questions so
yeah.
we can make sure put us on the hot seat. Let us know.
That's crazy that you mentioned that because yeah, It's gonna get real for 2026. We met some folks that want to get into them topics that we've talked about. Uh,
Mhm.
yes, yeah, you got movie folks that we talked to. Remember, I was sitting there with that brain surgeon who just
Yep.
was chopping it up, wanted to talk about head trauma, at the NIL, and then them two dudes, Michael and I forgot the other guy's name. I got it written down. That
Transgender.
one
We're gonna talk about that
they
too, the
were deep in
transgender
the
issues.
transgender conversation, and
Yeah.
they can back up what they were talking about too.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
not just us. It's not just two
Yeah.
brothers here from Cali that want to talk about it. It's some real folks.
And they were saying they've been wanting to have conversations,
Yeah.
but they can't.
So
So
I'm gonna actually email them tonight before I completely log off and send them this episode so they know that we talked about it.
yeah, I definitely we want to get them in so we can have some really good dialect with them and some conversations and get their perspective on, transgender. I know college sports because they're both were, I believe, on the East Coast.
Yes.
How it is on that side compared to what we feel like it is on this side. So I think it'll be some great conversation.
Yeah.
So get your questions ready and let's get loaded. Ask some comfortable conversations, man, so we can get down with it and talk about what's up.
That's it, man. I think you just closed. I didn't even have to ask you to send us home. Uh, and be your international roving soccer reporter. Rich, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna
Absolutely.
put you on the clock.
Yeah, give
Uh,
him a 10-minute segment, man. You can
you
talk
know,
about all that stuff.
reporting live from the pitch. That's what they call it, fields. I know that. That's reporting
Mhm.
live from the pitch for is Manchester United. Is that a cool squad? Oh, I don't know. My friend is calling 911 on me. Oh Lord, Walter, you might want to. You better get off the phone, off the internet. You better go run and hide.
Yeah, go handle your business, man.
You know, when you should be ducking, you should be weaving. Montel, send us home, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone out there, man. First of all, shout out prayers to everybody that's going through stuff. My man Jay Lee and his parents, that they're having a little bit of illness. I want to say prayers out to them. And please check up on your loved ones, man, especially in these trying times, things that are going on. Please make sure you're diligent. Call them, email them, text them, make sure they're okay. And like I always say, please get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations because that's how we learn.
Team no sleep, we up all night. Montel and James keep the convo tight. Sports and culture where they collide. Tune in, lock in, let's take that ride. To Mike, to King, no snooze allowed. From the court to the block, we speak it loud. Social impact where the game align. Crossovers and causes intertwined. We the voice from the streets to arenas. Breaking down plays from LeBron to Serena. Whistle blow and the world reacts. Sports and the struggle, the cold hard facts. Team no sleep, we talking real deep, real deep. Hip hop, sports, no counting sheet, counting sheet. No the field to the booth, we tell the truth, tell the truth. Team no sleep, we bring